Xin chào. Right, so I just want to highlight for KnowBe4, we are thrilled and excited. We are privileged to be here today to have a very good partnership with Mi2. We really see the potential of the Vietnam market. One of the key components is that we are looking at Vietnam. We want to make sure that we emphasize what important channel is, right? One thing I want to highlight is channel is not an extension of the sales team of KnowBe4, right? You are the lifeblood of our go-to-market strategy, right? So what we actually see the channel partner bring together with Mi2 is firstly your local presence and technical expertise, right? Integration capabilities, we can't do it for KnowBe4, right? So our success at KnowBe4 is entirely tied to your channel success. So this is the reason why the channel business is the top priority for KnowBe4. In Vietnam, why did we actually look into Vietnam? Vietnam is a rapid growth economy. Your tech economy is booming. Your employees and customers are actually connected more than ever, right? So what that actually highlights is that it's a huge potential to make sure that we bring you on that journey with your customers, right? And when we were looking into penetrating the Vietnamese market, the first thing we wanted to do was empower our channel partners. But in order to do that, so in order to do that, we need to make sure that we work with a very strategic distributor like Mi2, with deep local roots, with that technical excellence, and most importantly, a shared vision with KnowBe4. So together with Mi2, we are committed to providing all you channel partners the resources to actually take your customers on the journey, to empower them, to train them, and to grow your business. So with that, I want to highlight to Mi2 team and Silly for the partnership and the shared vision with us. So what I would like to do right now is transition to a brief look into the Vietnamese market, the threat landscape, and how KnowBe4 is actually uniquely positioned to help you on that journey. So what you actually see here is for APAC-wise, we are actually the most attacked region globally. So what's happening around the globe, we contribute about 34%. And what actually scares us is most of the attacks are in 4 key industries, which is important in Vietnam: your insurance, your banking, your hospitality, and lastly, non-profits like government. Based on our research, only 11% of Vietnamese enterprise customers are actually prepared to respond to a breach, which actually resulted in about 18.9 trillion Vietnamese dollars that in financial losses. And these are actually mainly from AI-driven phishing and deepfake impersonations. One thing we can all highlight is human error remains the weakest link among all organizations. And 68% of all breaches consist of an employee actually clicking on a phishing link. So what you actually see here is my boss, Daniel, he has limited proficiency in Vietnamese. So what we actually did was we leveraged on deepfake, right? We just paste a picture and then ask him to translate. And then this is what came about.
Xin chào mọi người. Cảm ơn các bạn rất nhiều vì đã tham gia hôm nay. Thật tuyệt khi được gặp các bạn ở đây. Tôi tên là Daniel và tôi là giám đốc kênh bán hàng của KnowBe4 tại khu vực châu Á, Thái Bình Dương và Nhật Bản. Rất vinh dự được có mặt ở đây cùng các bạn hôm nay để chia sẻ một chút về deepfake, xây dựng văn hóa an ninh mạnh mẽ và tất nhiên để trả lời bất kỳ câu hỏi nào mà các bạn có về những chủ đề này.
Yep, so as you all can see here, he doesn't speak Vietnamese very proficient. But all we had to do was take a picture of him, put it up onto AI deepfake, and he created this. So imagine your customers, your procurement or your finance department. I do something that is fake, and then I just send it over to them. It looks legitimate. Without that human element, you'll immediately fall victim to it because it's a common thing every day. So as highlighted, AI escalation, I think all of y'all can agree that AI is something that is growing at a rapid rate. There is a lot of, we leverage on AI for our own personal emails, drafting our plans, and even travel itinerary. But it's a double-edged sword. Let me share why. The reason why is because for hackers, they leverage on AI just as well. So even for the newest hackers, they can actually leverage AI to start hacking your customers. So from our research, 82.6% of phishing email actually leverage AI creation, AI templates. So the hackers are at a fast rate, and scarily, 47% of all attacks actually successfully invade Microsoft native defenses and your legacy secure email gateway. So what this actually highlights to us is that legacy solutions are no longer able to keep up to the growth in the AI-driven world. So for KnowBe4, we leverage on our own AI to actually bring that fight to AI. So we fight AI with it. So people are a critical layer within your fabric of security programs. I think everybody can agree that even with the best AI and your best defense parameter, technology is never enough. Your employees, your customers are your weakest defense, but also your strongest defense. So how do you leverage that? The key important is you need to make sure that the employees include that training element as second part of their DNA that actually helps them identify threats for an organization. So how do we fix this? How do we fix employees not being part of your security infrastructure, right? For KnowBe4, we don't believe in just providing a solution. We believe in bringing your customers together with you on a journey from basic awareness to a robust security culture, right? So let me share with you on my next slide, how do we actually achieve that on a simple 5-level basis? So as you can see from level 1 all the way to level 5, level 1 being the lowest basic compliance, this is where most of your customers are still having in-person trainings like this, right? But it's not gonna scale because you walk out of the room not remembering what is actually being trained, right? Level 2 is where companies take it a little bit step further. You have monthly or quarterly training plus phishing, but it's still a very reactive approach. Employees do it because they need to, not because they believe in it. But this is where level 3 comes in and KnowBe4 really kicks in. So we leverage on our AI, we leverage on our automated phishing and training. This actually gave us that knowledge that employees started to see threats differently. They don't look at it as just a basic threat. They look at it more than just what it is, right? So at level 4, this is where things really start to scale. Customers no longer just report email. They do it because it's embedded into their DNA. They feel that it's part of an entire extreme ownership together with the company that I'm going to protect where I work. And our main goal is level 5. This is our ultimate goal. This is where the employees already is trained. They have that human element all in place. What actually leads to is the human firewall becomes an integrated part of your security culture. So that's the 7th layer out of all, the final layer among the security stack, right? So for what I see with the channel partners and together with Mi2 is a huge opportunity for yourself to bring your customer on a journey with us, right? From being basic awareness all the way to security level 5 culture. And our main goal is we also see the value of our channel partners where you're able to do deployment, you're able to do managed services. So these are how we actually scale our business because these are recurring revenue on a whole for all our partners. So with that being said, I would like to hand the stage over to Kai Peng, our channel sales engineer, to give you a brief overview from a technical perspective on how our platform works for all your customers. With that being said, Kai Peng, thank you so much.
All right. All right. Thank you, Alex. So what I'll do today is actually I'll go and introduce the HRM Plus platform, like what Alex just mentioned earlier, a platform that can help you to secure the human, like the last piece of the human risk management. So before I start to introduce the platform, I want to actually talk about the old school of phishing nightmare, like what is happening without a platform when you train the user without a platform. So first thing first is actually high technical effort. Most of the time, you need a senior engineer to actually set up the server, buy a look-alike domain just to do the phishing. So you can see there's a lot of technical effort to do so. And also, we need a lot of manual tracking because the engineer have to go into the logs and find out what is the history, like who actually click on the link, who actually never complete the training. You can see there's a lot of manual work over here. And also bad experience. Why is that so? Because most of the user, most of the employee will feel like this is a trap, like from the company. Like I'm so trust of my IT, but then they actually send me a phishing email. And beyond that is when they actually fall into this track, they click on the phishing link, they don't have the next step for them. There's no proper remediate training for them to actually help them to actually complete the lesson. So like most of the thing mentioned in the layer 1 of our security culture is more like a compliant things that they need to comply. So they likely want to just tick the box, they do it like once a year task. So it's not a strategy that you can tell from here. And our goal is definitely the level 5 that you see earlier. Right? So with that said, I actually want to introduce our platform, the one platform actually for the human risk management. So this platform will actually include coming from a few angles that actually cover the human element, the security awareness training, the cloud email security for inbound and outbound email, like crowdsource or anti-phishing, and also the real-time coaching that help you to transform your largest asset into actually actively protect your company, like everything coming from data, your reputation, your financial. Right. So what's the foundation here that KnowBe4 can help? Right. Over the so when you based on our research, right, we start to see like the over 40% actually reduce on the phishing, reduce on the risk that with using our platform starting like 90 days, like 3 months. And the fish prompt percentage, so fish prompt percentage is our turn of like classified the employee click on the link. So it get reduced down to 4%, like over a year of training, a continuous, constantly training. And of course, we do support multiple language. There's 35 language that we are supported right now. And of course, the Vietnam will be one of the language that we are actually supporting. So which means you've got localized content, localized support. As you can see from the screen, that's our content that actually in Vietnamese. So we do localize, it's not just that we like transform the wording. We also have the quiz, have the video, have the way that you speak is actually in Vietnam as well. That's actually helped to actually localize everything. Localize everything for the user. And also we have the template also ready in Vietnam that you can see from here. So what it actually I'm trying to tell here is that when you set up this platform for user or you yourself, so you can see there's how easy to have a quick start here because you have the content ready, you have everything ready that is in Vietnam. So it's a quick game for you to actually start selling this product, start selling KnowBe4, so that you can start helping the customer in terms of the human element. Right. And also with that, I would like to introduce a platform as well. Earlier on, we mentioned about there's a lot of things you need to do to set out the platform, to do the tracking. So we do provide that. As you can see from here that we are able to track all the failure, all kind of failure that we are able to track. We are able to track back the reported rate as well. So that is also with your, it's like your ROI that you can track like, okay, throughout the year, the reporting rate has actually increased while the phishing rate actually go down. So all these things, right, actually will transform, and I mean, you are sending into our platform KnowBe4, and then we transform all this into a thing called risk score, right? So the risk score is also something that there's a lot of factor inside. We have about 300 indicators, and then we consider around 7 security area like endpoint security, email security, and all these things, right, actually will help our AI agent, our agentic agent to help to fight the AI with AI. So how can our AI help? Right. So the first agent that I do, there's actually in our nowadays we actually already have 8 agents that is already inside our KnowBe4 platform. But for today, I would like to introduce a few here, which is the AI template generation. So as you can see, I can try to put my language in even English, and then I can get a template in Vietnamese. So that's what we can help because we do have a ready out-of-the-box template, but there's a time you need some content that is coming out from your mind, that you know your employee better than us, you know your user better than us, so you know what to fish them with the content, they likely will actually click on it. What we do now is not setting out a trap for them. It's like, let them know to fight the real war, but then you are doing a simulation here. And the difficulty wise is actually based on the niche fish skill. So if you based on the 5-star one, that will be actually a challenge and looks real to the user. And next thing, this is something that we just recently launched, ADA orchestration. Think of it like a commander for the platform. So we get to step between quick launch and manual. You get to control, although it's like commander, it's like AI that to run the phishing and training to you. But you still get the control of how you want it to be, like how many, what's the frequency of send out the phishing and training. And of course that you can create plans for like different department, for example. So you can have the sensitive department like procurement, maybe have more training, more phishing simulation because of their job. Then the rest will be like a different kind of frequency. And of course, with that, we are coming to we definitely will provide a very comprehensive report that you can obviously see from the screen that how the risk score will be like going down throughout the training, like designed by the AI. And we will tell the admin why we are actually sending them this training or this phishing. The reason why we do so is because based on their risk score, based on their job title, based on whatever they did in the past. So there's all the data that fit into Know-Before. We actually leverage on that and then we'll use it and then we will do a better decision with the AI. So now you will start realize that since we need more data to actually to feed the AI, to help AI to actually fight the AI. So that is why I would like to introduce one thing called security coach. So what is security coach? Right. Security coach basically we work with most popular security vendor out in the market. With the integration done straightforward with API, we are able to identify risky user behavior in the category that you see, like what I mentioned earlier, endpoint or maybe email, sometimes even like identity. And then we transform all these things into a real-time coaching. So we will send a short message after they did something that is against the IT policy. So like, for example, we can send a message like this that is also available in Vietnam. And of course, all the content, all the image is customizable. So you can send a specific messaging to your user telling that why they are actually receiving this. I'm giving out one example here is, for example, your user using their own personal laptop to actually access to let's say a gambling website or maybe like streaming website during office hour with company device. So it get detected by one of your security solution. We have the piece of information as well. So we will now know that this user will do something that is a bit risky to organization, which will then influence the risk score. At the same time, we also send a short message like this, like to the user saying that you shouldn't use this device for your personal usage or maybe access to a gambling website. So this is what we can help. A real-time coaching, leaving them no time to think of SQ because maybe the 2 or 3 days later when you reach out to them, they actually will tell you that I don't think I do this, I forgot if I do this. So this is what we are trying to help. They to coach them like immediately right after they did something that is against the policy. And this is the list of the supported vendor, the popular security vendor that we actually work with for the integration. So over here you can see you can also bundle out with the solution here to actually be a solutioning mindset to sell to your customer that how we can help. And also most of the time they already have these security tools in their environment. So what we need to do now is leverage on the same data and then to coach the user. At the same time, you have all the data, all the things that to influence the risk score, and now AI will know how to fight the better for you. So with that said, I will actually hand over to Jasmine, our partner account manager for the partner portal explanation.
Hi everyone, I'm Jasmine, partner account manager for Vietnam. So we'll be working closely with Mi2 on this. So today I'll just be sharing like for partners like you all, once you onboarded with Know-Before, definitely will have the access to our partner portal. So once you have onboarded, this is where you get to see the partner dashboard itself. where it gives a whole summary overview of your year-to-date revenue, as well as like all the details where you can see the deal registration, wherever any campaign, joint marketing leads, etc., or product as well. So like apart from this dashboard, this is where you also get to see the certifications, because like partners, you want to learn more. Definitely we have like the trainings available for like products itself, or even for sales and technical training, so that you can get to know our console and be well equipped as well. And lastly, we have the marketing resources. That's why this is where you want to see the product data sheets, or like if you want to know more about like the success use case, or even like the white papers, this is available in the partner portal itself. So if you have any other questions, can always reach out to me too or myself for more information. And next, this is available in the partner portal too. We have just newly launched this called Partner Demand Center. So this is a tool that we have newly launched that is very co-brandable and customizable. So like for partners, you can just simply download one of our data sheet. You can put your logo into it. Automatically, it can generate out, and you can download it into PDF copy and send it out to your prospects too. So it's really helped you to save a lot of time. All right. Yeah, so this is an example of like the data sheets that is available in Vietnamese, and you can see the logo is available there together with KnowBe4 logo as well. All right. Yeah, so this is it for today. So if there is any more questions, feel free to schedule a call together with our marketing and Me2's team as well. Thank you so much. Yeah.